It's a big day. It's a big day for American business. It's a big day for business in Ukraine. It's a win-win for both parties. Why? Because American business needs Ukraine and Ukraine needs American business. I think with the reserves in terms of what Ukraine has in the critical rare minerals, plus in the oil and the gas, and Ukraine itself is unable to explore, to mine and to produce this by itself. So it's good for both parties, and I think for America in terms of developing both AI and the electric car industry in terms of iPhones and other gadgets. I think this is so important to have the access to the rare earth, the critical rare minerals, but also for Ukraine. And I think this is why it's so important. This is forward-looking. This is looking for American investors coming in to Ukraine post-ceasefire and really being part of the biggest recovery of a nation in Europe since World War II. And I think the opportunities are there. We see...
On that point, if I may interrupt, Andy, how motivated do you think the private sector will be to get involved in Ukraine, given the considerable uncertainties that exist still, especially with regards to security?
Well, absolutely. I think that is the number one issue. And what we see today, American business continues to operate. So Ukraine is open for business. McDonald's served 103 million customers last year alone. Coca-Cola has one of the biggest production plants just outside Kyiv. So the American business continues. And now I think it's understanding, we are approaching a ceasefire and really understanding what happens next. And then this is going to be the recovery of a nation, and the opportunities for business will be big. I think, it's risky to invest in Ukraine, but it's more risky not to invest in Ukraine. And there is a premium for bravery. So those companies that do come in first, that they will reap the rewards, and they will get the premium of being first on the ground during this biggest recovery. And I think, history is in the making here with all the opportunities coming up for business. But as you say, I think the number one issue we need now is to understand the security situation so that the investments are secure. And, Ukraine's GDP, if we're about 200 billion today, if we see a growth of 6% over the next potentially 15 years, we could be up to $500 billion. So the opportunity is there. The opportunity is there for American business. And I think now is the time really for companies to look at Ukraine and be part of this.
How quickly do you think all of that can be put into operation?
So I think realistically, this is a long-term investment schedule. So we are looking at about 7 years till we see some real profits coming out of it and revenues. But I think this could move pretty quickly. It's identifying the companies that will come in, firstly for the exploration, and we're already seeing new technology in terms of exploration, finding the sites where the titanium, the lithium and other critical raw minerals are located. And many of them are on the west side of the Dnipro River. So these are territories, divided by the river, and they're further away from the fighting. And really then it's identifying which companies this would be, identifying which lands, which plots of lands, and what partnership would it be? Are these, and the licenses. I think it's getting the access to the licenses, whether this will be partnership with a private company already owning the license, or whether this will be state giving out these licenses, because Ukraine does have the second highest number of state-owned enterprises in the world, second only to China. Ukraine has 3,200 state-owned enterprises, and many of these need proper investment and proper management, a proper board of directors, professional executive team. So the opportunity is there.
Andy, we must leave it there, but thank you very much for joining us on BBC News Today. Andy Hunder, the president of the American Chamber of Commerce in Ukraine.